Hi, I'm Kurt, and I'm going to show you how to make a gift bag using the Template Studio. The Template Studio works with standard size poster board that you can pick up at any grocery store. We Are Memory Keepers also has a new line of designer poster board which comes in a variety of colors and patterns, as well as foil, craft, and glitter. To get started, I'm going to pull out my instruction cards that come with my starter kit. And on here you'll see all of these different sizes of gift bags we can make, as well as the measurements and alignment guides that we will need. And in here is a step-by-step set of instructions that you can reference after this video is over. Now I'm going to be making this gift bag right here, which is 7 by 5 by 10.5. And to get started, I will need to cut my paper down to 25 by 14. The first thing I need to do is connect my straight guides that come with the starter kit, which is guides A and B, connect them together, and then using the arrows on here, I'm going to align them at 25 and just snap them into place in the mat, and then get my cutting blade, which is the gray one, and I'm going to cut vertically along here. And there's my cut. Just a little bit extra here at the top. There we go. Now I'm going to connect B and C together for my horizontal cut, and I'm going to be doing that one at 14. So I connect the arrows in 14, snap them into place. And then as I cut along here, I want to make sure I hold it down so that it doesn't move on me. I'm just going to cut nice along here so I get a nice clean cut. And there's my paper size that I will need. Now I'm going to line my paper not at 0 down here at the bottom. I'm moving it over to 1 inch along the bottom here. And then I'm going to take my gift bag template guide, and I'm going to align the arrow with all of these different gift bag placement measurements over here. The first measurement is 0. Snap it into place, and then using my cutting blade, I'm going to cut up the one side and then down the other. And now I'm going to move to the next guide placement, which is going to be 7. Snap it into place at 7. And then here we go. I'm going to cut up and then cut down both sides of the guide. And what this is doing, this is cutting the bottom flaps of my bag. I'm moving over to 12. Then moving to my next one, which is 19. And then my last one, which is 24. And you'll notice when I align it up here, it lines up perfectly in the center of the template. So I only need to go up on the one side, and there's all my cuts. Now I'm going to align B and C back together again to do a horizontal cut. And this is going to be cut, look at my scoring guides. I'm aligning this at 18.5. Snap it into place. And then I'm going to score along here, again holding this nice in place so it has a nice even score line. And then I'm going to connect B and A together, and I'm going to score vertically along here at all of these different measurements you can see on the card. Our first one is going to be at 2. Snap this in place and score along here. Now I've kept my paper in the exact same place on the mat so that I get all of my score lines and things where they need to be. Next is 9. Make sure I keep it at 1 in there. 1 and even along the bottom. Then I'm moving it over to 11.5 next. Then I'm moving to 14. Making sure my paper stays aligned at 1 and even along the bottom. Then I'm moving over to 21. And this is giving me all of my score lines for the side panels and the panels of my bag. And 23.5. Okay, now before I fold this up, I'm gonna cut a couple pieces off here. This tab here, this half panel that we have, we're just gonna cut diagonally here, cutting that panel off, and then I like to cut from here just to the score line so I get this nice little tab on the side. And now I'm ready to fold this all up. So you're gonna fold along all of the score lines. Folding back on the ones that were cut in the middle of a panel. Okay, and now it should look like this. Just fold these panels up. Now I'm going to add a piece of tape on the back here, the back of this panel right here. And I like to use this red tape. It's a nice, strong, permanent adhesive. And I have a pre-cut piece of tape right here. So I just apply it on there. And now I'm going to fold this back on itself, aligning it over here on the side. I'm going to fold in the two side panels. Now I've got the bottom ones, and I'm going to take another piece of tape and apply it here to the edge of one of my panels. And then flip it over, press it in, and here's my gift bag. Now another thing you can do that I like to do is punch some holes for some handles. I like to pull out a ruler so I can get it nice and even in an even spot. I like to do it between 1 and 2 inches in from the sides. On this one I'm going to do it at 1 3/4. So I'm just going to take a marker and just mark right there where I need to be. 1 3/4 in. Just mark that. I'm going to take my hole punch. Punch right where that was so I get this nice hole. Okay, then we're going to flip it over and repeat that on the opposite side. I did this at 1 3/4. Same spot on each side. Now you can eyeball it if you like. I just like to have mine evenly spaced to give it a nice professional look. And then for the finishing touch, I've got some pre-cut pieces of ribbon here. You can use twine, ribbon, anything you like to tie in there. I like to pull it in from the outside. And you can tie them off individually in the back, or you can tie them off together. I find it's easier if you just tie the two pieces together, then you don't have to fuss with it a heck of a lot. Fold it over. There we go. Pull it nice and tight. You've got that. Repeat it on the opposite side. Okay, then just tie it off to itself. All right, and there is our finished gift bag. You're ready to embellish it and put anything you would like inside. This is one of the many projects you can make using the Template Studio. Be sure to check out our other instructional videos.